Welcome to The Agenda, and today we will talk about entrepreneurship, especially when it comes to women. And in the studio I have an investment banker, Lata Gullapalli, who also is investing a lot on helping women entrepreneurs. Lata, welcome. It's a great pleasure to have you in the studio.
Thank
Lata, would you tell us, before we start into the topic conversation, how did you start this journey? How did you end being one of the few women at the top in the investment banking?
I haven't ended, that is still continuing. I have taken the investment banking role to boards, so now I'm on corporate and non-for-profit boards as well. But I felt that it is important, when I started mentoring senior women in leadership roles, I felt it is also essential to do something for women in rural areas, because if you not empower, but if you allow them to realize their own power, which they have enormous amount of, that kind of process makes them take control of their lives. And when they take control of their lives, they build communities, because they will get their neighbors or their friends or their children or whoever involved in the business they are running, and they will run it so superbly. It's also very motivating for these women, because they have a very difficult life in a rural area. It's very hard for them to migrate, which they don't want to do either. They want to stay in the place they grew up or the place they are living at the moment. So to help them to change their lives right there, I think that is important. And that, I think, is a global phenomenon. We don't want migration. We want people to do well where they are.
Yeah, financial empowerment is always powerful,
yes.
And it gives people a sense of purpose, a sense of achievement, something that they're meant to do in the world. And what you're doing is just incredible. But not many people have the ability to get out of their comfort zone and to take the risk, because entrepreneurship journey is quite risky, and many people, they want that financial freedom, but they say, I'm going to stay secure here, I better stay in my salary. And you have seen all kind of people coming from all kind of backgrounds where they have the ability to grow and expand and scale, but they are still in the comfort zone. How do you encourage them to start?
I think if I have the knowledge, and I'm using my knowledge in my corporate world, I would like to use that knowledge for people who don't have access to it and who can do a lot with it. Like there are people, one of the cases, the lady was going to commit suicide because she lost her husband and she had 2 young children. The only reason she stopped was because she was thinking what will happen to the children after her. And she wanted to do her husband's business, which was bicycle repair, tire repair, which is very basic. And most people told her, you can't do it, obviously. But she said, no, I'm going to do it. And she started to do that. Slowly, slowly, people started bringing her bicycles for repair. Then came the car tire for repair. Then now she's got truck tires coming to her. Wow. So now she's got a person helping her, because she cannot handle a truck tire on her own. She's got a helper. So imagine a person who was on suicide watch to come back and say, no, now I'm going to work and I'm going to bring, my children will grow up and do whatever they are going to be good at. It takes an enormous amount of courage and resilience. But you need somebody to say, yes, I've got your back. So if people are, whether people had my back or not is not relevant here, but I've got to where I am. But I can help others do that, which is something I think somebody like you does brilliantly too. And that's what we need. We need more people saying, okay, I'm doing this. I can help people with my capability. They will only listen to you if they trust you. And that I have learned hugely in investment banking. Nobody will give you their money or let you touch their company unless they trust you.
You have to build that trust.
You have to build the trust.
And what an incredible story when it comes to women. We sometimes, we hide our ability to do what we can do much more. But we do not get to that situation where we stand in our power until we face a challenge, until we face a big difficulty, adversity in our life. And only then, when we have to take a decision, where do we go? Do I go back, or do I just push the button and move forward? So women, many times, they don't have the ability to see that power inside them. We have it. We don't need to seek it from outside. But situations like that really empower us. So tell us a little bit about your experience on helping women, also having that trust background when it comes, because as you said, nobody's going to give it to you. You have to earn it.
Yes, and you only build it by telling them your story, and also trying to show them what they can do. If you're showing them that they can be financially independent, it's a huge thing for them, because even if they earned money before, it would probably be taken by the husband, which is normal. In most societies, we give the money to the spouse, we don't keep it, especially if you're a woman. You don't even control it. But these women start to control their finances. It makes them think differently. It's not like they're going to dump the husband for that or anything like that. They won't change their situation, but just the way they think, the way they act, the way they decide for themselves, their children or their parents or their relatives, they think differently.
And sometimes they may be surprised, because they don't know that maybe they can take the business to the next level and they can do even more, but they didn't know what they didn't know.
And this is a very simple thing. You're arranging like loans of, let's say, £1,000, which is not much if you come to think of it. And you're just arranging it at a low interest. So you're showing them that we can do this for you, but you have to do the work, in the sense you do the business and you run it like this. We'll teach you how to run it. You can't say, oh, I'm going to buy for £1,000, I'm just going to buy candy and stock my store with that. No, you have to do it properly. You have to do it. So that is the mentorship you do. And
that's
for
incredible.
that, once they trust you, they are absolutely rocking. So,
and it has to start, like, think big, but start small. You start with a small project and you validate yourself. You can see the ability that you, the potential that you have, and you're not alone, because entrepreneurship sometimes is a lonely journey.
Yes, it's actually the same thing when I do senior women leaders as well. Unless they start to trust me only after we have this conversation. So conversation is always good. That's why you have to build your support system. I mean, you do have support. Many people are fortunate, they have family and friends to support, but many people don't as well. So you build these allies wherever you go.
But sometimes also family and friends are not the best allies, because maybe they have seen you in a complete different circumstances and they think it's not possible. And it's not possible for them, but it can be for you.
Exactly. But there are people who are fortunate to have them. I'm saying not
That's
everybody.
That's why we need mentors.
Yes, which is why you have mentors, allies, sponsors. I have been sponsored by so many men, and I have sponsored so many men. So it's not like male versus women here. It's who has the best ability. And if you have the best ability, there's nothing should stop you from succeeding. That's what I believe. I'm like, we are not going to say that I'm a woman and hence I need a chance. But because I'm good, I need that chance. And that's what you need them to understand, that they are good. You know?
I'm so glad to see this massive shift, because our generation is the very first generation living a complete different life from our mothers, our grandmothers, and being able to start a business, to have a bank account, to travel, to scale, to be an investor. We live in such a great time, and we want this message to reach more and more women, and try, because not trying is a failure. It's not trying and not being able maybe to do the vision that you wanted to do. It's not going to happen overnight. You have to fall down, pick yourself up, do it again, try it again. So what are your next projects now, and what is your big powerful message for women who are listening out there? They want to gain that financial empowerment.
I think anybody can do it. It's like you might feel you're taking small steps and you can't see the result of it, but all these steps do add up. So self-awareness is absolutely the basic for that. Once they know themselves, they will know what they can do, and they will know how to do it as well.
And Lata, is it that some people have it in it, the kind of business mind, the entrepreneurial mind? Because some people say, oh, it's not for me, I'm not that kind of person. Do you think everybody potentially is able to start a business and invest in the business and learn and educate themselves? Or do you think some people have it more as a gift?
No, I think anybody can do a business. It depends what kind of business. Like I feel I can also do a physical business which has got a product, but I can also do an advisory business. So if I don't want to deal with a product, I can do advice. People are good at motivating, coaching, doing that kind of thing. So you can do a support function as well. And that can be a business too. We call it a business because it earns money. That's
Everything is business, at the end of the day.
Yeah, so that's all we're doing. We're saying the moment you're charging for it, that becomes a business.
So true. Thank you for making it that simple. But also another way of doing things and taking yourself in a new journey when maybe you're not secure 100% yet. It's about partnering with somebody else.
Yes.
Be a co-founder. Maybe your ability is the background and doing the back end and operations and systems, and somebody can be the face of the business, because sometimes, especially women, are scared, like, oh, I don't want to do my own business. I don't like being out there. I don't like selling. Yeah, you can always partner with somebody else and combine the skills. Yeah.
There are so many businesses or so many things we can do where we never face anybody. Like, I have taken so many services, I've never met the people, I will never meet them. So women can do that. It's not like women or men. There are so many men also who actually don't want to face the world. But we don't see them because there are so many who do, you know.
Yes.
It's just more men
That's a
versus
very
women,
good point.
you know?
That's a very good
so
point.
So we just need to feel that we can do this, whatever it is.
And just before we finish this amazing conversation, because you come from the investment banking, and we know the numbers, the statistics, the funding doesn't go, most of the funding goes to the men, and women are very small percentage when it comes to investment. So how that is changing?
It's not changing yet, I would say, which is why allyship is great. I mean, you can use men to be supportive to you, and many men buy into it. They see that you're doing something great. Like, I am now on boards of not-for-profit institutions. One of them runs some 300 something schools. The entire board almost is men. But there are a couple of women who have no voice, actually. I'm like, no, I want to be on the board and I want to do this. And I've changed it. I'm like, we have got multi-phase project for rebuild and we're doing it. So they do understand you can do it. It's just that way you present it in a non-threatening way. Women also threaten other women hugely.
So true, yeah. So this is another big topic, but you are such a great example, a great role model, and absolutely a great message to end this conversation. Nobody is going to give it to you. Nobody is going to bring it to the table. You need to know what you want and get started, because on the way you'll get lots of supporters. Lata, thank you so much.
Thank you, Mirela. You're fabulous. Thank you.